Peekaboo. Okay, so here guys, there's some rules to solving, okay? You need to make the unknown by itself. So for example, whatever it is that you're trying to solve, like X, Y, Z, it's like trying to solve, okay, how much is in your bank account, right? So you've got a certain amount of money and some amount is missing and you've got to figure out how much is remainder. So that's solving, right? So you can call like the leftover X and that's your unknown, but you can figure that out. The way you do it, you're going to move things to the other side. So if the letter's on the right-hand side or the pronumeral is on the right-hand side, you need to move it. You need to solve things by moving certain numbers to one side or the other and essentially making it by itself. Okay, you need to make this unknown by itself. By doing that, you need to do the opposite of what it's doing. So whatever it may be, you need to do the opposite. So if it's multiplying, adding with the unknown, you have to do the opposite of that and then show you're working out. Okay, so I'm going to explain that using these two questions. So to move this here, what did you do? What are you going to do? What's the 5 doing here?
So I first multiplied 5 to 12.
Yep, but you got to do it on this side. Why am I doing this? What does this mean on this side? What are we doing on this side? You're moving it, right? Why? Because you want to make it by itself, right? You want to make this unknown by itself, yeah? So you're going to get rid of the 5. How do you do that? You've got to do the opposite. So what's the opposite? Times. Then you're going to times by 5 here. These cancel out because 5 divided by 5 is 1. You're left with x plus 3 is equal to 60. Now it's the leftover part. How do you get rid of that 3? You're going to move things to the other side, right? It's that step. So what are you going to do?
So move 3 to 60, yep. Which would make it minus 3.
Yep, so the way you do that, you go subtract 3, 3 take away 3 is 0, 60 take away 3, 57. And now the way you check that is by plugging this x is equal to 57 back into here. So what's that going to be? What's that going to look like?
57 plus 3
divided by 5 is equal to 12. Okay, what's 57 plus 3?
60.
57 plus 3 is 60. 60 divided by 5 is 12. What's 60 divided by 5? 12. So 12 is equal to 12. That's what it means by equation. Whatever's on the left-hand side and whatever's on the right-hand side, they must equal to each other. If you got a random number like 11 is equal to 12, 11 does not equal to 12. 12 must equal to 12. That's how you check it. So once you get your answer, plug it back in and you can check that. Let's have a go at this question. How do you get rid of this 4? What is it 4 doing here?
You moved 4 up there.
Yeah, but what is it doing? What's the operation that's doing with x minus 6? It's dividing, right? How do you get rid of it to the other side?
By timesing?
Yeah, you got to times it. So times up by 4, times up by 4. Now that you get rid of that, you can cross these off. Now you're left with x, take away 6 is equal to 40. How do you find out what x is? What's the opposite of minus 6? Plus 6, plus 6. What are you left with? X is equal to 46. Okay? That's how you're going to do it. Those are the rules. You make the unknown by itself. That's the whole purpose of this. Yeah? The second thing is moving things to the other side. That's kind of what we've done here. We first moved the 5. But you're going to look at the operation. You're going to do the opposite what it's doing, right? So what's the opposite of divide by 5? Times by 5. Then after that, you show you're working out. These are the marks that you're going to get. If you don't show your marks and you just randomly get x is equal to 46, you will only get 1 mark. Because then it's assuming that you've just copied it from someone even though you may not have done that. You get 2 marks, 1 mark for the working out, 1 mark for the answer. So that's kind of it. All right, take care.